Hey, what's going on guys, Cancer4 here. It's been a while since I did a video. Of course, my iPad's forever going to be spoiled, I guess. It can't be repaired iPad 2s. So right now I have to borrow my brother's device, so credits to him. Today we are doing the revamped Pellinore Unite deck profile. This will be one of the last videos you'll see from me in a while. The Vermilion attack video was actually me discussing about the whole Vermilion Legion support thing, but it ended up being overridden by music, so my apologies for that. Regardless, my Pellinore Unite deck is actually a deck I've done quite a fair bit ago, and I've actually upgraded some of my other decks I did before, like the Liberators, and I will be doing reviews on them in the later part of the year. However, my Pellinore Unite deck didn't do quite well, mostly because the support was half baked and the video also didn't do a great job. So I have experimented the deck a couple of times, and I'm proud to say this deck has actually defeated a Gear Chronicle deck before. Although the person that I beat may say I didn't really beat him because he decked out, I am willing to rematch him, but of course now that he has so many good cards, I'm not very keen on that. This deck is a budget deck. It was relatively cheap using support from the GBT10 that's actually really easy to get, as well as the Fighters Collection support. The previous Pellinore deck lacked 10,000 support because Pellinore was a 10,000 base. As such, I've added such cards inside to make sure that Pellinore can have more smooth and transgressive gameplay. So we start off with the Grade 0. It's still Spring Breeze Messenger. Counterblast 1, move it to Soul. After the attack hits, search up the top 3 and call 1 in the rest position. And yeah. So this card's good because, as we all know, it combos with Pellinore. And on the second turn, you can easily get Grade 3 right. And Pellinore is not very difficult to obtain through this method because I play 4. So it's really not that hard. Even if you don't get Pellinore, something big like this guy, or say Divinity Lancer, where's Divinity Lancer? Divinity Lancer is already quite a formidable presence on the board without even striding or riding a Grade 3. Or you could call a Grade 2 that would find useful. This deck mainly adapts around the opponent's strategy like most of the decks I play. There's no hard and fast rule as long as you have fun. The basic strategy is just to get Pellinore out in time. Okay, the Grade 3s. I just want to touch on the starter first. Of course, Pellinore. So limit break 4, put 2 to the bottom of your deck. Select another 2 units and gain 5k. So I chose, well, Pellinore is really good for Unite because clearing out 2 rolls is good. Although do not rely on this skill too much because actually 2 5k boost is quite lame. I would prefer to strike. Actually, the main purpose why Pellinore is in this deck is for the second skill of Superior Riding, but the first limit break skill is not all that bad. Currently, Pellinore is dead. He used to run with Gurgit pretty well until Holy Sword came out, and everybody just kind of ditched him. The last Pellinore deck that I made was actually really bad. I didn't know it was that bad, and even got a dislike. So I revamped it, not because I want more likes, it's because 15 subs is amazing for me. So I wanted to make just a tribute to an old deck, and it's also better. So this is definitely a better and more consistent deck to play. From GBT10, one of the later sets with the very expensive Gurgit. I'm not playing Gurgit. This is Knight of Teaching Judon. They may have changed the name. I played this deck quite a fair bit ago. I think now Hudon or something. I'll check the wiki. So it's Unite. Yeah, this deck's a Unite deck. Counterblast 1. When the attack hits, look up the top 4, Superior Call 1 and give it 3k. So this is very similar to Denvelo, but Denvelo doesn't have Unite. I chose this one because I cannot remember, my memory may not be correct, but Denvelo only looks up top 3, whereas this guy looks up top 4, also because his art is really nice. And one card can really make a difference, especially when you're searching for something like Pellinore. This deck will filter out all your resources. Also, another great idea is if you already have Pellinore as a Vanguard and you're striding this turn, this deck is quite stride reliant actually. Do not proceed to go and, what's it called? Do not ride Pellinore again on top of stride. You will really waste another Grade 3 that can be used for striding. So the purpose of Pellinore is mainly for the early game, whereas the late game is really for the stride. So if you want to use this guy, you might want to combo him for Grade 1. Regardless, if you know that Pellinore can finish the game, then go ahead and use him. 2 Divinity Lancer from the start deck. Yeah, this deck's really old. Unite plus 3k. Now, this card may not see all that great, but if you don't get Pellinore, this is the formidable presence I was talking about. Yeah, he gets Unite plus 3k. I mean, he's already 11k base. If you're really desperate for a grade 3, this is the one I recommend instead of Pellinore. Of course, don't go around playing 4 of this and 4 of Hudon. You will never get anywhere. You might as well just play the basic Gurgit, I recommend. Okay, that was grade 3s covered relatively quickly. The last video on the old Pellinore deck profile, I had to make two parts, which was really embarrassing because I actually didn't know there was a second part. So let's try and make this a better deck profile, and let's improve Pellinore, make it great. So this is Barrymore from GBT07. Many of you recognize this as a very formidable Gurgit support, and rightly it is. Actually, quite a fair bit of deck actually could work with Gurgit as well. So if you have Gurgit, I don't mind you adding this inside, but I play this deck mainly around Pellinore because I can't afford Gurgit. So anyway, the skill, actually I could afford Gurgit. I actually bought the GR, but I'm not adding in this deck because I really couldn't buy the GPT 10 Gurgits. They're really expensive, and I just decided to ditch the whole Gurgit plan altogether. Besides my personal assault, Unite plus 2k, Counterblast 1, when this is placed on a rear guard, search up the top 3, call 1 to the same column as him. So when they mean same column, they literally mean like this. Yeah, because I actually saw this guy at the shop calling it the other side, and I was really laughing. So anyway, it is the same column, so you can call out grade 2s or grade 0s that you find are good utility ones. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's really good for the column filler thing, and the Unite plus 2k. It's quite steady. 9k also for Vanguard. It's also, actually no, most of the cards are actually 9k. So this is not bad. It's not a bad card. If y'all want a replacement, because it is a triple rare and pretty hard to find, I actually came across this because of my Gurgit deck. Replacements for these would practically be any card that can Superior Call. Yeah, or those that gain 3k. You know, those from the start deck, those from the GBT03, GB1 just plus 3k. Those are good enough. But this guy's the best of both worlds, so why not? I only play 2 though, because of this guy. I'm playing 4. Lord Beer Shooter. Oh, it's really old. The skill is drop 1. Look up the top. Look up top 3, Spirit Core 1, then shuffle the deck. Really, Lord Beer is quite good because this deck really is about resource management. There's no offensive, no defensive. It's really mid-range and really about resources. This was why Judon should not be used to filter all your Pellinores. This deck will really manipulate your resources from your Counterblast to Soul Charge to even your deck in hand. And every card, and you notice this deck is not like, say, a specific client. Like for example, what's a good example? Like Pale Moon's all about the soul. What's the other fella? Yeah, Narukami and Kagero are all about the Counterblast. So this one is really not fixed or based on anything. It is actually more based on the fact of resource management. That's why I added Lord Beer. If y'all cannot find Lord Beer, just get anything that can Superior Call. Whereas Barrymore would mostly be the plus 3k guy. Surely this is a common. And this is actually what, if you really have a lot of counterblast to spare, this is the card to step it all up. And it's really easy to countercharge, trust me. So the ability is Unite, counterblast 1, this unit and a unit of your choice gains 2k. This effect is repeatable as long as Unite was carried out this turn. So this is really good for pumping up a lot of attack power, especially, although 2k is not a lot, the pump is really quite a fair bit. If you have 4 counterblast open, you can easily gain 8k to 2 units. So, of course, this is not the best way to spend your resources, but it is a way. I have done it before. 2 Marcia, Unite, move it to the Soul, counter charge 1, and it has Resist. Honestly, I don't know why this has Resist, if you ask me generally, because it's already going to the Soul, but yeah, Resist is pretty neat. It's only at 8k, so don't go around writing this. I mean, if you're very desperate, you have to. I understand. Okay, so grade 2s have all been covered on this deck. We're going to move on to the grade 1s now. Okay. So, 2 Jeffrey. Yeah, just 2. Unite, move it to Soul, draw 1. It's really basic. It's the real point of Jeffrey is for the hand size, because this deck, like I said, resource management. So let's say you've used a lot here and you Spirit Call this guy out, you move it to Soul. You don't technically lose a card because you drew 1. Of course, if you drop the grade 0, drew a grade 3, then too bad for defensive purposes. But I still play this because the 7k base is also quite neat. And it's actually one of the strongest grade ones in the deck. Oh wait, no, I forgot this guy. So remember when I mentioned Pellinore support, this is indirectly Pellinore support, Light Elemental Pika from the very first G Fighters collection. So if y'all can't find this card, it's okay, but Pellinore will be underperforming. Generation Break 1, when your Vanguard's under attack and it's 10k base, give it 1k. How long this 1k lasts, I'm not sure. Is this effect stackable if you have more than one Pika in the field? I'm really not very sure. I will check. Do let me know in the comments if you do know how Pika's effect works. But I do know it's a Cray Elemental. Because I'm really not played this deck in a long time. My apologies if this deck's not very accurate. But trust me, when you build it together, the magic will happen. 2 Dindrain, Soul Blast 1, when this card is called to the rearguard through via Superior Call, draw a card. Now, this is situational because of the fact that it has to be Superior Call to gain this effect. Therefore, if you are looking for cards to drop from your hand, this is one of them you could drop. Of course, if you want the shield, you can go ahead. But if you want to drop something, it's practically this guy because you lose the Soul Blast effect already, so you might as well just kill it. Otherwise, Soul Blast 1 draw a card is good. Actually, a lot of Pellinore support is really for the early game, where Strikes manage the late game. I mentioned this before. Okay, moving on, last few cards. It's this guy. Can't remember his name, but it's a Soul Blast 2 Counter Charge 2. And I cannot emphasize on how good this is because this deck has a really large amount of soul. It will accumulate a lot of soul because of Jeffrey and many others that will eventually enter the soul, and you will get more than you're bargaining for. And this card is meant to help you trade off that that huge soul stack for something else, which is Counter Blast. Sure, this deck is definitely not Counter Blast heavy, but it definitely is a neat addition. Of course, if you're not very keen on getting rid of the soul, you can put in anything of your choice. I'm not going to stop you. Lastly, for Kanzen, don't even mention, it's just regular Kanzen. You can use any of your choice. Honestly, Holy Mage Alexandria is a good choice, but Candace is just 4 budgets. And then 2 Strike Fodder. There's no Gurgit in this deck, so the first ability can't be used. I am slightly rushing because I don't wish to exceed the time limit, although I may end up doing so. 4 crits, Flame of Victory, move into soul, gain 3k. 4 heals. 4 draws, because of the fact that you're going to need it. So I only play 4 crits. And for Jeffrey, now I mean, just hold up a second. Just so we can see Jeffrey a little. Is this even Jeffrey? No. Jerry, more carefully. Unite, gains 3k, move it to the soul, counter charge 1. So this is one of the cards that will be ending up in your soul more often than not. So do be careful. And with that, I have finished the main deck. So this is the Pellinore Unite main deck. I will post I think I'll end up posting the G deck in a separate video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video, which is very soon.